Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So recently I did something very exciting. I went to New Zealand for 2 weeks for a little holiday and I went to Hobbiton, which, spoiler, and you guys will probably get mad at me, I have never seen the Hobbit movie. I'm sorry, my dad made me watch Lord of the Rings as a kid, but I haven't seen the Hobbit movie. But either way, the movie set is amazing, so even if you haven't seen the movies, I'd highly recommend that you go. So at the start of the tour, they gave us these little maps, which was, honestly, I was not expecting the level of detail that went into this tour. They really put every sort of effort into this and it was incredible. They had the soundtrack playing in the background on the way to the set and it was just so scenic, and even I got excited, and I'm not a big Hobbit fan. But yeah, coming in, these hills were absolutely gorgeous. Like, I have never seen rolling hills like this before. I was already taken away by the view, and there were a lot of sheep and a lot of baby lambs over the place because I'm pretty sure it's a sheep farm now, if I can remember correctly. So yeah, there were sheep everywhere. And because we've just come into spring, there were lambs everywhere as well, which was really cute. But yeah, coming up to the set, guys, they take care of this set so well. It's actually incredible. Like, I was honestly just speechless when I walked in, and seeing the Hobbit holes, I was like, oh my God, it's like walking into another reality. It was so amazing. Everything was real outside, so they have gardeners that tend the veggie patch. They put so much detail into recreating all the Hobbit holes, and I thought it was really cool because each Hobbit has a different career, if that's the right word, and you could see what job they had depending on what was outside of the Hobbit hole. I think that's what it's called, a Hobbit hole. And it was just so cute going to each house and seeing what that hobbit does for a living, which is really cool. And also what's really cool was everything was half the size, which, if you are like me who just likes things in miniature form, you'll absolutely love this. And fun fact, they told us on the tour, they were giving us a lot of insight into the movies and the behind the scenes, but the food that was used was made out of concrete, which is really surprising. So we got to pick up some bread and it was made out of concrete, so it was so heavy, but it was so cool. It looked like real bread, and I can't even explain how amazing this experience was. As you can see here with the little honeys and all the little beehives along the hills. They had little washing lines out as well. It really did feel like you were in the Hobbit world, which was absolutely amazing, and it made me want to watch the movies, so I'll probably get around to that eventually. But yeah, this was where the tour guide showed us the bread that was so heavy. And the tour guides here were honestly amazing. Highly recommend. They were so knowledgeable, so passionate, and they made it so much fun as well. I think he was a bit disappointed in us for not knowing the answers to some of his questions, so I do apologize for that. But this Hobbit hole right here is what it would have looked like for the actors on set, of what it looked like inside. And sorry to disappoint, but there is actually nothing inside. So the actors would be in a Hobbit hole that just had the outside and nothing on the inside. But they did recently build a replica of the inside of the Hobbit holes. So apparently they never had the inside of the Hobbit hole before, and a lot of people complained about that, so they made a replica just especially for the tours, because after the Hobbit movie had finished filming, they tore down the set. And then they built it back up again, which I was really just confused as to why they would tear down a set like this, like just something so incredible and had so much work put into it. But I guess if you don't need it anymore, what else are you gonna do with it, I guess? But yeah. Alright, this tree that I'm pointing at, fun fact, that tree is actually fake. That is a fake tree. I know, it looks so realistic, but it's a fake tree. And we also got to play in this kind of playground area where the hobbits have their festivities. But fun fact about the tree is that it was hand painted, so the crew painted each leaf by hand, which is insane. And then the sun bleached them, so they had to repaint all of them all over again. But yeah, we played with those little loopy things. I can't remember what they're called, but I did get one. I did get a little ring toss. That's what it's called, ring toss. I got a ring toss on one of the bottles after, I want to say like 20 to 30 attempts. It was harder than it looks. And then the tour guide let us play this little game where you have to weave in and out and try to make a braid with the ribbon or the silks. And again, harder than it looks. I didn't have a go at this, but watching it, it was hurting my brain. I was like, what is going on here? But yeah. This one is basket repairs, which I thought was so cute. And then this one was the beekeeper's house, which again, I just love the level of detail they put in. And this is where we went inside the house. And it was incredible. I was blown away. First of all, absolutely boiling inside there because they had a real fire on, which I was not expecting at all. And inside the Hobbit house, they had a living room, which was so cool. Again, I feel like I keep saying cool a lot, but I don't think you guys realize how amazing this was. And they even had a replica, a toy version of a hobbit hole inside of a hobbit hole. I don't even know if it's called a hobbit hole, so I do apologize if it's not. But they had this, and they even had a mini dog bed as well, and they had a mini bed and a bassinet. And then we also got to look around the kitchen, and it was really fun. Some things you could pick up, and then there were other things that you couldn't, so it was fun to just go around and see whether you could interact with something or not. But yeah, it had all the cute little pies and sausage rolls and fruit, and it was just so cool. And some of the kids' toys, you were able to pick them up and interact with them. So a lot of people were playing with those as well. But yeah, towards the end, we got a complimentary drink at none other than the Green Dragon. So I got some ginger cider, and it was so cool, so incredible. Highly recommend. If you're ever in New Zealand, you have to go to Hobbiton. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!